what we do here and what Julia does, this was part of her idea to make our podcast really good, was we like to pick a song right out of the gate, or have you pick your song.
Right.
And yours is It's Good to Be a King from Tom Petty. So tell us a little bit, when you hear that song, what resonates with Frank Mariani with that song?
Well, I mean, first of all, I just like the melody of the song. I like the music. I like Tom Petty. I'm sorry that he passed. And so it starts with just liking it before you even listen to the lyrics. The other thing, it just made me kind of chuckle because, we built a big business, and I think some people, it's humbling sometimes because people act like you're the king and all that. And I've never felt that way in any manner. As a matter of fact, far from it. But then when you get into the lyrics and you think about what he's saying, he's kind of mocking that theory too, where it's good to be king in a lot of ways, because you think about different things, how lucky you are, how fortunate you are, and things like that. And yet, at the end of the day, the only thing you're really accountability and things like that have nothing to do with being anointed a king. Earning respect, making relationships is hard work. And if you accomplish that, in a little way, sometimes I do feel like I'm top of the world and that I'm extremely fortunate, even when I'm not. So, that song, if you listen to it, and I can listen to it 20 times in a day. I think I've told you this before, Joe, but, I like to walk a lot. Instead of eating, I go at lunchtime and I'll walk anywhere between 7 and 20 miles. And a lot of that time I don't have anything on because I want to think, but sometimes I need to relax, and I'll put my Pandora, or I'll put in my own music or things like that. And I'm with my own music. That's a song that I'll pull up over and over and over again. So that's what it kind of is. I got a kick out of it when you ask, because quite frankly, I am a music freak in the sense that I like everything from very, very old jazz and blues to the newest music that's just come out, and everything in between. I like country. I like it all. Some better than individuals within those different genres, but I like it all. So music is important to me. And I usually pull out, I've been thinking lately, now that I'm 66 years old and run pretty hard. So when they put me in a box, I am going to take some time to develop a music track. So when people come, if in fact we can get together, and by the way, I can't die soon because I want to have a huge wake with a big party, and I'll have a lot of music there. So,
see, Frank, I've told people since the first time I met you that I feel like you and I are a lot alike. And you saying that, I mean, Julie can elaborate.
Yeah, I mean, he's talked about it to me. It's quite sad when he talks about it for me, but he's already talked about that. He's talked about the songs that he wants played. I don't know.
So I always tell my daughter that no matter what we do in business and whatever successes we have, I feel like you can judge a person and their impact by how many people come to their wake and funeral, because that is like the way I live my life. I always want people to want to pay their respects and celebrate what was accomplished with me in their life, not what I accomplished. And just hearing you say that, it just makes me realize that we're even more aligned than I ever realized,
Well, I can't tell you, when my dad died, I was 19 and the oldest sibling, and my dad was only 45 years old. And to this day, first of all, everybody loved my dad. We had two nights of wakes because you couldn't fit everybody in, and it could have been a week. But then when we had the funeral the following day, and the line to the cemetery was, I kept just turning around. It gave me such comfort to know what an impact my father had made on so many people. I'll never forget it. So I agree with you completely. I think that that's a reflection of, but not for the dead person. I think the comfort level comes for the family and for friends to know, hey, this person was a good person and had a lot of friends. And what's more important than friendship and relationship and things like that? So it's a reflection of that. But I don't look at it as being morbid at all. I look at it as comfort for family and comfort for friends. So
Yeah.
anyway,
I think it's
that's kind of the good to be king thing. So I'm sure that some people, when they see it, they'll say, "Can you imagine this guy picked that song?" But I don't care.
Well, so Frank, listen, I mean, I picked "The Man" by the Killers, and people probably hear that and think like, "Oh, the ego on this guy," he
Right,
thinks he's the
right.
man. But the parts, and I'll get to what when I heard yours, what resonated right away. But for me, it's I got gas in the tank.
Right.
It's like when I'm driving around, I've got skin in the game, I've got gas in the tank.
Right.
When I'm driving, is you said when walking. For me, I drive a lot. I see a lot of people in a day, and a lot of my ideas come while I'm driving.
Right.
So I always look at it, as long as I have gas in the tank, I'm going to have ideas. So that's what's cool about music is, you can't look at the title of the song. You have to dive into the lyrics. And so, like when I listened to
especially
your
nowadays.
Song, yes, when I listened to your song, one of the things that I saw was it's good to be king, whatever it pays. Because everybody assumes if you're king, you're making all this money and it's all
Right.
about profits. But to me, it's about the leadership role that we take. And I can see that in you and your organization, because there's a lot to be said about, you can tell what type of leader someone is by the way their people respond and react. And from the beginning of our relationship, I started working with Todd and Tim and Ron, and to hear the way those people talk about your organization, and B, to see the way they act around your customers and clients, it just shows what has been built over there at Mariani. And I'm just going to tell you some feedback. Those guys you have me working with, amazing group of people. And
well, we have a quarter of it. Thank you for that. And that's look, this November, my dad will be gone 47 years. So I've been at the helm for 47 years. And and I still love coming to work almost every day. I don't people can say that. But I really don't want to, it's what I like doing. It's not a sacrifice for me whatsoever. So I feel blessed from that. And it's all about the relationships, three different ways. Number one, the associates that are here, we like to have a family type of business without all the family garbage. And we've got a quarter of a century club here. We have over 30 associates that have been here over 25 years. Some of them is almost as long as me. So in the 40s. You don't do that by accident. You don't get lucky to do that, especially nowadays. By the way, I don't believe in millenniums and baby boomers and Gen X and all the other garbage. I believe in somebody would like to make a career at Mariani. That's what we're looking for. We don't hire people for a job. We hire them for a career. Some of those quarter of a century club are been laborers from day one. They're still laborers and they're still here. To me, that's the biggest compliment to ownership and the management you could possibly have, because for some reason they still find that this job at the very lowest level, and I don't mean low as far, but beginning level, being a laborer and stuff like that, it's very, very important that we have quality laborers. They're much more to us than the lowest rank on the ladder. Because quite frankly, without them, we have nothing. And I think they appreciate that. That's why they're here over 25 years. So these things, we're far from perfect, and especially me. but we're always trying to improve. If I didn't feel that that each and every day we aren't better than the day before, I wouldn't do this. And right now, I can tell you and your daughter, in all honesty, we have the best team we've ever had until tomorrow. And then we'll have a better team. Until next year, we'll have a better team. And when we don't do that, I don't want to be here. Next thing is the clients. Some of the, there's only a few left, clients that knew my dad, but still they talk to me to this day when I talk to them about my dad and what he meant to them and vice versa. And, clients, we've gone through 4 recessions. We've gone through assassinations. We've gone through 9/11. Now we're going through this disaster. Yeah. And guess what? I'm not worried one damn bit. Well, I shouldn't say that. I am a little worried about one thing, and I'm not a conspiracy type of guy. I'm worried that China is in such bad shape that they may have another something to spring on us next year, which would put the whole world into a tailspin. And that concerns me. But we don't want to get into politics, because I would just say right now, everybody would be at school and everybody would be working if it was up to me. And I had COVID, as did my wife and my brother, over 3 months ago. And my brother, who's also battling cancer, was on a ventilator and got off of it. And 2 nights I said goodbye to him. I never thought I'd see him, but he beat it. And for myself and for Sherry, it was, if I didn't know there was a problem out there, I would have gone to work, because I just had a low-grade fever, and I just thought I had a bug. So it was nothing for us. So I'm glad that we're working out. Another thing, between the 3 Mariani companies, Mariani Landscape, Mariani Nursery, which is called Mariani Plants, and Hampshire Farms, our business that produces perennials for big box stores, we've got over 1,100 employees. We've only had 5 or 7 cases, because we did everything. The team was incredible. Team top to bottom. Social distancing, masks, sterilization. We did everything using more equipment than we ever used before, so that people would be spaced. Let good companies, let good teachers, let good store owners, let them do what's right, and we're going to get through this damn thing. So,
Frank, I couldn't agree.
Enough politics.
Yeah, no, and I'll add, because I couldn't agree more. We've had employees that have gotten it all from outside the company. Okay.
But Joe, by the way, I got to throw that in. Those associates that got it, we sent home their team for a week. Not one team member got it. So therefore, all those people got it somewhere else and brought it. But the good news is they didn't spread it, because of the way we go about, you can even be with somebody who has it. And if you're masks and gloves and a good chance nobody else is going to get it. Perfect example is our company. So that's what we did.
Yeah, well, and that's what happened here. I mean, and so my stepson had it, who was one of our robotic installers. And, people were basically asking me, well, are you going to get a hotel, and are you going to stay somewhere else? And I said, no, I'm going to stay in a separate room. I'm going to try to stay away from them. I'm going to do everything they say. I mean, I was wearing a mask in my own house, but the reality of it is he got it. Kind of same thing like you said, Frank. Had some body aches, lost his taste, lost his smell. And I had him texting me saying, hey, I want to go play golf, because he felt fine,
Right.
And I'm telling him, no, you're staying home for 2 weeks. So, yeah, I mean, that's the thing about it. If we take a common sense approach to it, I think I agree with you. We have common sense about it. Don't go out, and cough on everybody and sneeze on everybody. But, let the businesses protect their people and stay in business. That's what it comes down to. But